Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to another trade recap on the IXM model. Before we start, please like and subscribe. We would also love if you joined our free Discord. We take these trades on a daily basis, and it will help you understand more volume profile and ICT concepts if that is what you're into. Okay, so when I first opened the charts this morning, what I first saw was that we were rejecting this previous week low, probably overnight in the Asia session. And when I drop down timeframes to the daily timeframe, you can see that we had a strong bearish close below the previous day's low. We also swept liquidity, but the close was fairly strong, so I believe that we were still bearish. Although if you have watched my lessons before, this is not a problem for us because we can still take a trade either way. The only issue would be that if I am trading with the bias, I would hold my trades for longer. I would leave runners. If I'm trading against the bias, I'll just take my piece of the pie and walk away when the setup presents. Okay, dropping down to the 4-hour time frame, what I can see is that the day Asia session opened high and was trading lower. Okay, so if we come back down to the 1-minute time frame and London opens, just going to draw my volume profile. Okay, so we can see that we've been trading below the fair value area of the market, and we're beginning to trade within, back inside the fair value of the market. This is the value area low. This is the point of control and the value area high. Okay, so what I'm expecting London to do is open, sweep the Asia lows, and then trade back within the range. Maybe not for a long move because, as I said, my bias was mostly bearish, but at least back into the value area low or even the point of control. Okay, so what happens here is we need to pay attention to ES because there is S&T, which gives me the extra confluence that this trade would play out and what actually makes me enter the trade. Okay, so I'm expecting a sweep of Asia low. London opens. It's the first 50-minute candle. And what we see is that ES does not take this low, but there is SMT with ES. So ES has taken the Asia lows, but NQ hasn't. The SMT is there. So begin to trade. Begin to trade lower. We sweep the previous 50-minute candles low, but we do not sweep the Asia lows, and ES does sweep those Asia lows. So we have this 1-minute IFEG. It's still an FEG, but it will become an IFEG. So what I'm seeing here is that there's SMT with ES at Asia lows. We've swept the previous 4-hour candles low, and I'm looking for a move back into the range. So I did enter here. Initially, I left a bit of space just below the Asia low to see what price does in case it wants to come and resweep. Left a bit of space here. Initial target would be the point of control. and we let this play out. So we start trading instantly, we start trading lower, and at this point I had thought I had been faded, and obviously the 50-minute candle was not going to close bullish anymore. I was obviously using the power 3 here too. We sweep the previous candle low, S&T, opening low, closing high, but it does come back into the range. And I really thought I would be stopped out, even though I gave it some space. I gave it some space because I do know that maybe we would sweep this previous 50-minute again, or even the Asia lows to come back into play. But we need to take into account that maybe I wasn't willing to let my full stop loss be hit just because I pulled it down before the market. I would have liked to see a reaction if we were trading slowly into it and not a super bearish displacement. Then maybe I would have left it slightly. Okay, so we do come down. We make we just leave the 50-minute hanging, but on NQ, this is MNQ, on NQ, it had slightly swept the previous 50-minute low and it was trading up. Okay, so as soon as we entered this fair value gap that was once rejected, I did put my stops below, and I thought if we reject this 1 minute fair value gap again, then I will accept that my idea was wrong. But instead, we do inverse that gap and we begin to trade higher for TP at 2.1 up. And this is why in my lessons I say that the point of control is so crucial in this strategy, because if we just play it forward here, we can see how price trades again into the point of control, and then it completely dumps. And we had that huge sell-off in the London session.